Classroom. Mary, it's just a class. No one's going to hurt us. Come on. John, it's a strange class. We sign a non-disclosure agreement about everything that happens here. You don't have to worry. I'll always be there for you. We enter at a dark and long corridor. It felt damp as if we were in a basement. After walking 100 meters, we found 2 doors. Look, can we split up? You said you'd be here for me. No, let's go together. But if we split up, there's a better chance someone will definitely get out. I'm scared. Why don't we go the right? Alright, let's go.